Hello, I'm Mark from Sky Agriculture, and today I'm going to show you around our DX range of spreaders. But first of all, we'll start in this DX, as the hopper bases are all the same and the principles work the same whether it's a small machine or the big machine. So inside the hopper we have our sprung tine agitator, which is our flow regulator and agitator. So the way that works is it sweeps back and forth across the tank. If we get a blockage for any reason, we leave the PTO running with the shutter shut, the spring will open and close so the flow regulator doesn't move, so we're not damaging the fertiliser. Now, another interesting thing we can see in here is our slide is on the side of the hopper rather than on the base of the hopper. So we've got some great advantages here. First of all, it allows your hopper to completely empty. At the end of the day, we've not got fert sat on top of that flat hopper base. Second, once the fert leaves the hopper, it comes down this chute and we're accelerated in the correct direction. So we're not dropping and then smashing it into a different direction. We're rolling nice and gentle off onto the disc and down the vein in the correct direction. With this chute is how we set our width. So here we have the settings which you'll get from the Fertitest app or from Sara. You tell it which fert you've got, how wide you want to spread, and all we have to do is just move that. Then to the rear of the machine is where we set our flow rate. So again, as with the side, we just slacken that and move it to suit, and that is opening and closing the shutter at the bottom of the hopper, and that is as hard as our machines are to set up. So we've got the DX20 that will spread up to 18 metres, the 20 plus will spread up to 24 metres, and then the DX30 here will go up to 36 metres. So the DX30, a bit more of a technologically advanced machine. It can have the Econov on it. That is section control by rate, which is done on the back here by these two actuators. So on this machine you would tell your terminal the flow rate of the product, and then using the weigh cell on the front of the machine, it knows what position they need to be in. We've got various options available. So you can see here, we've got our terminals all here. So we've got the Quartz 600, which is used with the weigh cell machine, just a nice basic terminal that we tell the rate, and then it gives you the weight reading, nice and easy to use. Below that, we've got our CCI 800 and 1200 with an optional controller. And if your tractor's got an Isobus screen, of course, all our Isobus machines will work with it. Down here, what we're showing is the speed control. What speed control is it is the correction of the spread width regardless of your forward rate. So if you do your tray test at 12k, you know your spread width is dead on. Then when you're doing 20k, that spread width can change due to the drag of the wind. We've done research with the INRAE Institute that proves this, and we've found a way to work around it, and that is what this is here. And that just moves the drop point the faster you go to make sure that spread pattern is always consistent. On this board, we're showing our Econov technology. So Econov technology for us is our section control, which we do in a curved line rather than straight. So as you can see here, without Econov, we've got lots of under and over spreading on the headlands and in the funny shaped bits of the field, whereas when we've got the Econov working, we reduce that massively. So that can save up to 15% of your fertiliser. All our spreaders, the Econovs, come ready for variable rate application. So if you've got your fields mapped out, you can just plug it in and away you go. Our X range of spreaders have a headstock on them for the weigh cells. So how that works is it's mounted on 4 springs, and then we've got one weigh cell, and we have an angle sensor built into the circuit board of the brain, and that makes sure we're accurate no matter what the temperature and whatever the angle of the machine, making sure you get precise spread rate at all times. Around the back of the machine, we have the Tri-Board 3D on this machine for our border spread. So down here we have this short vein, and how it works is when you press the Tri-Board in the cab, this actuator moves to use 75% of this vein or all of this vein, taking out the long vein and cutting that spread width down. And when you do so, your rate actuators here will reduce the rate to make sure that even though you're spreading less width, you're spreading the correct rate at all the time. And that's about everything for our DX range of spreaders. Thank you.